The 18-year-old suspect of Saturday's mass shooting in Buffalo described himself as an eco-fascist. That's an ideology that blames the nation's environmental problems on immigration and overpopulation. In the shooter's manifesto, he blames immigrants and minorities for everything from air pollution to climate change. Eco-fascism, like the Great Replacement theory, has been amplified in recent years by white supremacists, far-right politicians, and pundits, and its spread has been aided by online chat servers like Discord that provide extremists with a community to share their views. Joining me now to break this all down, because this is not my area of expertise, NBC News legal analyst Glenn Kirschner. So, Glenn, the insurrection made it pretty clear that, you know, deceitful conspiracy theories can turn into real-world actual violence. There is going to be a big push for gun control after this massacre. But what other avenues should prosecutors and investigators and law enforcement be exploring to crack down on extremist conspiracy theories before people go out and murder folks?
Yeah, it would sure be nice if we would take an all-of-government approach and actually not just sit idly by with thoughts and prayers and wait for the next Buffalo to unfold. And we can talk about what those efforts might look like. But, you know, when this shooter, this mass murderer, describes himself as an eco-fascist or an ethno-nationalist, it doesn't matter what fancy, you know, words or titles he chooses to put before his name, because legally speaking, none of it will change the fact that once he gets into a court of law, he will be seen for what he is, a murderous racist. But anytime you have people sort of spouting off this craziness in the layman's sense of that word, craziness, which is what eco-fascism is, it's, you know, ugly, dangerous, indecent, horrific, and crazy. You know, the inclination is, well, maybe this mass murderer has some mental health component that will become relevant in his, you know, his case. And anytime you have a mental health component, prosecutors have to deal with two things. One, is the defendant competent to stand trial? And two, was he insane at the time of the crime? Now, competency is actually a very low bar, showing that somebody's competent to stand trial. We just have to prove that they have a rational and factual understanding of the charges against them. He's charged with murder, killing other human beings, and that he has the present ability to assist his counsel at trial. It's a low bar. And then insanity is also a very high bar. And based on what we're seeing regarding this Peyton Gendron mass murderer, he's not going to have an insanity defense, because he would have to have a provable, diagnosable, severe mental disease or disorder, making it impossible for him to tell the difference between right and wrong, or impossible for him to conform his conduct to the requirements of the law. He is just a plain old run-of-the-mill, inspired by goodness knows what, murderous racist. And let's hope we take an all-of-government approach to start trying to address this problem.
So what do we do, though, about the people who incite folks to this kind of violence? I mean, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer sent a letter to Fox News executives urging them to acknowledge the role their hosts and pundits played in mainstreaming the Great Replacement theory specifically. I mean, we know that there is a robust free speech debate that is always percolating in the background, but could there be any repercussions for pundits and hosts and other media folks who spread theories like this, knowing the potential for real-world violence?
You know, there won't be any repercussions if we choose to do nothing, Zerlina, and I was glad to see Senator Schumer send that letter to Fox, urging them to stop with the hate speech that seems to be, if not designed to inspire violence against minorities and immigrants, it seems likely to inspire violence against minorities and immigrants. So if we do nothing, well, then we're going to get more hate speech that is likely to incite violence. If we do something like Joe Biden, you know, drafting some executive orders designed to get at the hate speech that is likely to inspire violence, that is filling our airwaves, filling our social media, filling our schools, you know, and if he were to task all of his agencies in the executive branch to come up with one or two regulations, we could start flooding the zone with good, as opposed to the Republicans who are always flooding the zone with the hateful, divisive, you know, violence-inspiring rhetoric. And we just sit back and wait for the next mass shooting. If we flood the zone with good, you know, thoughtful regulations and executive orders designed to attack this problem, then let people bring suit saying that maybe we have overstepped our constitutional bounds. We go into court, we litigate, we defend our positions because we're defending the safety of the American people. And if we lose in court, Zerlina, we take the lessons that we've learned from the judiciary, from the opinion, we retool, and we do it again in an even better way. That's what an all-of-government approach would look like. That's what I think we ought to be doing.
And Kirchner, thank you so much for being here and helping us understand this. Please stay safe. Hi, I'm Zerlina Maxwell. Thanks for checking out our channel on YouTube. You can see more from Zerlina by clicking any of the videos on this screen, and make sure you subscribe below to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. Thanks for watching.